Hello, everyone. Eric Songer with you for our weekly podcast of what's happening in the Chaska Middle School West Band Department. I am sporting the Milwaukee Brewer hat. I'm not a huge baseball fan, but I'm really pumped with our Milwaukee baseball team and their playoff appearance so far. And, of course, I have the marching band shirt for our middle school marching band on today as we celebrate Chanhassen homecoming, and a huge congratulations to all of our middle school marching band members on an outstanding performance in the homecoming parade yesterday in downtown Chanhassen. So proud of what you guys were able to put together in just 4 short rehearsals. We learned a great tune called High Hopes. We learned how to march in step, march in lines, do a movement called the weave, and march in basically a mile-long parade, and that was a tremendous job by you 6th through 8th graders in that parade. So congratulations to all of you. And also, I want to congratulate the Chanhassen High School marching band on an awesome performance last night at the homecoming football game. You guys were just on fire. Great sound, great movements, and great song selections. I loved it. A lot of great rock tunes in that show. So huge shout out to directors Paul Swanson and Scott Prescott on an amazing job putting that all together. And also congratulations, especially to our CMSW alumni in that band, but all the students in the Chanhassen Homecoming Marching Band. Wonderful job. So proud of all of you on a great job. So now we look forward to Chaska Homecoming coming up in a week. And so glad you could join me here today for our podcast. So we're going to start with just a little heads up about band lessons today. During the first month of the year, we've been talking about a lot of logistics, and I would say September's a hard month because we're just trying to get back to where we are after a summer off, and we're just learning a lot of music. I'd love to be doing concerts and festivals and events, but we got to learn a lot of music. That's the life of a musician. We got to be ready to perform before we can perform. So as we hit like November, the events are going to come fast and furious. But right now we're just working on getting to know each other, team building, getting to know the music, getting better at our instruments. And so as far as the band lesson schedule goes, this year is great because with the addition of Ms. Zidell on our staff, between she and I, we pull students out of band 5 out of 6 times a week, or 5 weeks out of 6 weeks in a rotation, where we can work with the kids. And so they don't have to worry about missing class and remembering when their band lesson is. They just come out of band. Now, 1 week out of a 6-week rotation, they do have to come out of a class. And I'm just going to tell you when those are per grade level. So for 7th grade, it's 4th hour on Mondays. And for 6th and 8th graders, it's during 1st hour block on Wednesdays. And so basically once every 6 weeks, you need to come during that time. So for example, this coming week, the week of October 8th, the 7th grade B-Day flutes and 7th grade B-Day clarinets are going to come 4th hour on Monday. And then the 6th grade 2nd hour B-Day flutes and clarinets, and the 8th grade B-Day flutes and clarinets and oboe will come Wednesday during 1st hour block. And I didn't remember this, but also our 6th grade 4th hour B-Day band, you come once every 6 weeks on Friday during 4th hour. And so this is the week for the 6th grade 4th hour B-Day flutes and clarinets to come 4th hour on Friday. So it's a little confusing for me to remember which group's coming when, but for the kids it's a lot easier because they just wait for Ms. Zidell or me to say, okay, come out of band for 20 minutes, we're going to do a band lesson. And then when that week comes, like this week for those groups I just mentioned, I just let them know in band ahead of time that, hey, try not to forget this time. And if that time doesn't work, if it's a class that's really hard to miss, or there's a lab going on or whatever, it's not the end of the world because you are coming to 5 out of 6 lessons per week, pretty much guaranteed. So if you do miss that one, not the end of the world. Not that we just want you to blow it off, but please try to come. If you don't remember, you don't remember, and it's, life goes on. So there are also, in addition to the regular band lessons, some lessons where kids can choose to come, and they have to miss class to do it if they want to. They're completely optional. They're called bonus lessons. We've been doing this for a few years now at Chaska Middle School West, and the bonus lessons are the following. Kids can come down and learn guitar, jazz piano, bass guitar, drum set, songwriting, improvisation, and then kids who are auditioning for the state honor band or jazz band, and then students who are in their first year playing whatever band instrument they are playing, whether that's because they just joined band this year, moved from another district that didn't have band and now want to be in the band, or maybe the students switched instruments from an instrument they had played before and are new to playing that instrument. And we call those the first year band lessons. So all of those groups I just mentioned, they come once a week outside of a class. They have to miss a class, and we try to rotate when those lessons meet. So, for example, the guitar and jazz piano lessons are always on Mondays, and they rotate between 6th and 7th hour. This Monday, they are at 7th hour. The improvisation and songwriting lessons meet on Thursdays and rotate between 4th and 6th hour, and this week they'll be 6th hour. The drum set and bass guitar lessons also rotate on Thursdays between 4th and 6th hour, and this week they will be 4th hour. And then we have the state honor band lessons, and those rotate between Monday and Thursday, 4th hour or 6th hour. And then finally, the first year band lessons meet on Fridays and rotate between 6th and 7th hour, and they will meet 7th hour this Friday. So those are called bonus lessons. Yeah, they're optional for students to attend, and we do ask that if they are interested in one of those areas, or if they're a first-year player or going to audition for State Honor Band, that they try to come as much as possible, because that's our opportunity to really help them in those areas. I would say especially for those first-year kids, that is really, really important, because that's our only time to work in a very small group and help those kids out with the needs that they have at this point, where they're first year players trying to play in band with second, third, or fourth year players. So, but again, if they can't make it, we're not asking them that, we're not telling them they have to come, but it does help them out quite a bit to attend those lessons. So if you'd like to see the entire band lesson schedule, it's in a couple places. It's on our website, on the CMSW website, if you go to the band page. It's also on the kids' Google Classroom, so they can look it up, or you can look it up with them if you're a parent watching this. And there's a hard copy in the band room up on the bulletin board that kids can grab and hang on to. So it's in all of those places. So, all right, so that's band lessons. So usually during this podcast, the next thing I do is talk about events that are coming up in the next week. So let's do that really quick. We have country and garage band auditions this Monday and Wednesday. Now, the country and garage bands are after school classes for students who want to be in a country bluegrass band or a garage band, which is basically a rock band. And our country bluegrass bands play music that includes traditional bluegrass music all the way through contemporary modern day country hit songs. And our garage band program plays rock songs ranging from as old as, 50s and 60s rock and roll, all the way up to music that's being created this year. So it's usually a great variety of rock tunes and styles that fit under the umbrella of rock music. And for these groups, we are looking for singers, guitarists, bass guitarists, pianists, drummers. For the garage bands, we'll also take saxophone, trumpet, trombone. For the country bluegrass band, we'll also take violins, banjos, mandolins. And these groups also meet once a week after school. Garage band starting on October 27th and meeting on Fridays after school through the middle of February. And country bluegrass meeting after school on Mondays, starting the first Monday in December, meeting through the middle of February. They do performances. The garage bands play at an event called Rock in the Suburbs at the Pim Arts High School in Eden Prairie on December 16th. And then both groups, garage and country bands, play 3 other events. The CMSW Talent Show on January 11th, and then Rocket on February 1st, and then they take an all-day tour on Wednesday, February 13th. And we're still working out the details on what that tour is going to look like. So those are the events for those groups, and you have to audition to make it in. Now, here's how the auditions work. For the last month, I've had forms up that have explained what to do to audition. For the most part, it's to prepare a pop, rock, country song of your choice and perform a minute of it for us. And then we'll also ask you to do some other things depending on the instrument you are auditioning on. We might ask you to play some chord knowledge, some drum fills, sing some harmony, some things like that. And on the form in the band room, it has all the information on what you need to do. Now, as far as coming to auditions, kids can choose one of the two. This Monday, October 8th, it's at CMSW after school till 4:45. And this Wednesday, it's at Pioneer Ridge Middle School in the band room, also till 4:45. And the kids come into those auditions. We give them an order that we're going to listen to them in, and then they wait and they can practice while they're waiting for their turn. And once they are done, they can continue to hang out or they can go. So some kids will be done as early as 4 o'clock. And then, it's just kind of luck of the draw, when kids will get done. But we just tell the kids plan on 4:45 to have a ride, because if you're at the end, you won't get done until 4:45. And then after the auditions, we will put up the results by Monday, October 15th. And I will be really honest with you, not all the students make it. For students who don't make it, we have plenty of other opportunities for them to perform on all those instruments later on in the year, and many other different groups, jazz band being the biggest one, but we also have a hip hop class, we have a mariachi band, we have a pop ensemble, so there's a lot of other opportunities for kids to participate in if they don't make the group. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. So that's coming up this week. I can't remember if I mentioned this, there's no sign up necessary for auditions. And please don't register for Garage and Country Band until after you've been selected for the group. And you do have to register through Community Ed. These do cost money. If money is an issue, they do offer financial aid, so that is also an option. All right, also coming up this week, we have our big Walkin' on the West Side Walkathon on Thursday, October 11th, starting at 2 p.m. And for that walkathon, our before school rhythm section will be performing their first performance of the year. They'll be playing a couple songs to get kids pumped up. Parents of the rhythm section kids, if you want to come in and watch, feel free. Maybe just show up a little bit before 2 this Thursday and come on down to the large gym. And like I said, it's going to be a very short performance, maybe about 10 minutes. And then we'll be done by 2:10 or 2:15 as the school goes out and starts walking. So that's going to be happening. That's really cool. So we're excited for the rhythm section. And then, as I briefly mentioned before, this is Chaska Homecoming Week. So the marching band will be back in action next Friday after school, 4 p.m. in downtown Chaska. And we need the marching band kids again to maybe leave school a little bit early so they can get down to downtown Chaska by 3:30. We're meeting over by the Chaska Co-op, the alternative school, down on 4th Street, a little bit about 2 blocks down from where the City Square Park is. And the parade will just go about 3 blocks down towards the park. So we'll be wearing these shirts again, and it's supposed to be cool. So pants, tennis shoes. If you want to wear any other homecoming spirit stuff, hats, jewelry, face paint, that's totally up to you, but feel free to do that as well. And we'll be done at about 4:30 for that parade. So that's all the stuff that's coming up this week. It's probably our busiest week of events and performances, so that's pretty cool. Some other stuff coming up this week after school classes. In addition to the auditions, we have marching band rehearsal. Our final rehearsal is on Tuesday after school. Our final School of Rock meeting is Thursday after school. Rhythm section will have their usual rehearsal Thursday before school. And our DJ schedule this week at lunch and at breakfast, as usual, DJ Gordy will be on Tuesday, DJ Jack will be on Thursday, and DJ Casey on Friday. Win times this week. On Wednesday, we'll have MZPKE, Double Trouble, Destiny's 5, and Aaron and the Girls. And we will unfortunately not have any win time on Thursday. I know that for Bringing the Beat and Socio Fiflets and Once and Rare But Serious Side Effects, that's 2 weeks in a row we're not going to meet. The good news is for both the Win 2 and Win 3 groups, we are going to meet the following week. Even though it's a 3-day week, they're going to add in win times so that we still get our win times. So the week of October 15th, which is a 3-day week because of MEA, we will be meeting. So that's cool. So And just looking ahead at some stuff coming up later in October and into November, our Hip Hop Academy starts on Monday, October 15th, and meets every Monday until the week of Thanksgiving. And that's a class where students learn how to DJ, how to rap, how to create hip hop and EDM music on the computers, and we may even form a live band with that class. So that's really cool, and that meets in the band room. And then our beginning guitar class starts on Tuesday, October 16th, and runs 5 Tuesdays in a row. And that class is what it is. We learn how to play guitar. We learn how to do some basic chords, strumming patterns, reading music, even get to pick a song that you want to learn at the end of class, and I'll get you the music and try to get you going on that. And that class, even if you don't have a guitar, will provide a guitar for you. You can even take it home for those 5 weeks so you can work on it and practice it. So an acoustic guitar, that is. And we do take kids who play electric too. That's fine. We just don't have any electrics to hand out. So you can play on either an acoustic or an electric if you have one. And those classes are both run through community education. You can sign up at www.ce4all, that's the number 4.org. So www.ce4all.org. And let's see, what else do we have coming up? The week after that, we have our 7th and 8th grade jazz band starting up, and that'll be on Thursday, October 26th. And the jazz bands will be probably 2 separate bands, one 7th grade jazz band, one 8th grade jazz band. They'll be directed by myself and Mrs. Ford and Ms. Zidell. And those will run all the way through basically the week after spring break, the first full week of April. And they have several performances, including our District 112 Jazz Festival, a trip to a jazz festival. We are thinking about going either to Mankato or Duluth this year. We will also play at Evening with the Stars in the first week of April, and the 8th grade jazz band plays at the Town Show too. So really fun groups to be in. No auditions necessary. You can play any band instrument. And also, in addition to that, if you play piano or guitar or bass guitar or drum set, we'll also take you in the jazz band. So we'd love to have you consider being in the jazz band. And again, you can sign up for that at www.ce4all.org. And then right at the end of the month, our garage bands will start up. So the students who are selected for that, your first rehearsal will be Friday, October 26th. And they'll be after school till 5:15 in the band room. And we have another cool event that a couple of our 7th graders are participating in called Small Ensemble Day in St. Anthony at their high school up there, just north of Minneapolis. And it's for kids in 7th grade only who are really, really into playing their instruments, who are fairly good. And if you have a child or you are interested in participating in Small Ensemble Day, you still can. Just let me know and I can get you the information and get you signed up for that. It's basically like an honor band situation, but instead of an entire band, it's just small groups. So like a trumpet ensemble, a flute ensemble, a percussion ensemble, whatever instrument you play. It's maybe a group of about 10 kids who play that instrument. You work on a couple songs during the morning and early afternoon, and then give a concert where each of those small chamber ensembles plays for each other and for the parents. So it's a pretty cool day. So I believe the cost is like $36, I think something in that area, 32, 36, I can't remember exactly. So, but I can get you more info on that if you're interested. And then the last upcoming event I just want to mention briefly is our Veterans Day performance, which our 7th grade band plays in, and that's during the school day, the day after Veterans Day, because Veterans Day falls on a Sunday this year. So Monday, November 12th at 8:40 a.m. We have a big Veterans Day assembly at our school, and the 7th grade band is one of the musical entries in that assembly. There's also a couple 8th grade trumpet players which will be selected to play taps, and one of our choirs performs, one of our orchestras also performs. So there's a lot of great things going on at that assembly. Parents, you are more than welcome to attend. So, all right, some information for you as far as getting information from me. You can follow me on Twitter at CMSW Band or at Songer Studio. You can also go on to Google Classroom to get a lot of the information I just told you about. If you want to get text reminders from me, you can send the message at symbol 18band6 or at 18band7 or at 18band8 to the number 81010. And I usually send out a text about once a day on the weekdays about information about stuff coming up. You can also just look at our website. On the CMSW website, we have a band page. And finally, right here on YouTube, Mr. Songer's channel, a great place to go to. So, all right, that's about all I got for you today. So thanks for tuning in. And again, happy homecoming, Chan Storm, and I look forward to talking to you again next week.